Welcome to the nightclub.
Yeah.
Woo. Right. Today we're going to do a quick, brief lesson. Make sure you have your calculator if you don't, because you're going to be using it.
That's right. You need it.
I need some light.
You need
And I can sing for you. Yeah.
I was thinking like maybe Game of Thrones, like dun, 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 you know that you know that'd be awesome. Dun, 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 dun. It would be awesome. I'd just be sitting here.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
And you can get the cat that's like hanging in the bed or something like
Yes, I'm just saying. Y'all do something for me. Okay. So it says determine between which two consecutive integers the real zeros of f of x equals x cubed minus 4x squared minus 2x plus 8 are located. So you have done this before in the previous sections. They're just kind of making it easier. So all they want to know, they don't actually want to know the actual zeros. They just want to know roundabout where are they. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to graph this. Okay, so I go to my calculator, and that's not my calculator. There's my calculator, and I graph that function, which again, x to the third minus 4x squared minus 2x plus 8, and hit graph. It is a very good looking graph, isn't it? So, we're going to say, between what two consecutive integers are these zeros? So, like, I'm going to look at the graph first. There's two ways to do it. You can do the graph or you can do the table, okay? So, the graph way. There's the 0, right? What numbers is it between? -1 and -2. So, I have 1 0 between -2 and -1. 1 0 between +1, +2, and 1 0 at what?
4.
At 4. And so that would be your answer. You say, okay, because consecutive integers, consecutive means right next to each other.
All we
Okay?
have to do is write that.
Between,
Graphic right there.
that's it. -2 and -1.
I don't get it. What's the cat?
No catch.
I'm kidding.
Between 1 and 2
We're gonna have to like prove it later.
and at,
Don't you say proof.
was it 4?
Yes, sir.
And at x equals 4.
Hold on.
That's
Move the screen.
That is that's the graphing way of doing it. Okay? Oh, I thought you said move it. I apologize.
Move the screen.
Move the screen. Well, I thought you meant like you couldn't see the bottom. For those of you on the internet wondering who's singing, that's Caden Smith. He will be your next American Idol.
Yes, I will. It's true.
You do like Kelly Clarkson. Tough competition. You ever heard Amy sing on TikTok?
Who?
Annie. Have you ever heard her sing?
No.
We'll pull it up at the end.
I look forward to this.
Yeah, I'll show you.
I have very talented students, I realize, and they're like Kate. Have you ever heard Kate Myrick sing?
Yes.
Angelic.
I'm actually
Breland
Is
Graves,
that Christian's girlfriend?
amazing. Like,
She can sing.
This is Noah Farmer.
just thinking about
This is Noah Farmer.
it. All right. You good, Kenzie?
Rickman.
Awesome. All right. Graphing, that's the graphing way. Here is the table way. So I would go to my table. Now, before we go to the table, what do you notice happens in between, like above and below the 0? Down here, what is your y's? Negative, and above it is what?
Positive.
So on the table, if it goes from a negative to a positive, guess what is in between there?
A 0.
A 0. So you can do it using your table too. So see -12 to 5, between -2 and -1. Okay? Down here, 3 to -4,
0.
between 1 and 2. And then there is a 0 at what? At 4. So you can use your table as well. It doesn't just have to be the graph. Okay? To me, the graph's easier, but table's also an option. All right? Our next example, and final example, to be honest, we are approximating. Approximate means what? God
Guessing.
bless you.
Guessing.
Not guessing, but we're going to round.
Educatedly guessing.
We're going to round is basically what that means. Okay? When it says approximate, we're going to round our answer. So we did this the other day when we were finding the first root. Remember you found one and then you plugged it in and divided and got the rest of them? Well, today you're just using the calculator to find all of them. Okay? So we're going to do the same process. We're going to put f of x, 12x to the third minus 19x squared minus x plus 6 in my calculator. And I'm just going to find all the zeros and round them to the nearest tenth. So, calculator, y equals, change that up this time. It's now x to the third. No, excuse me. 12x to the third. Minus 19x squared. Minus x plus 6. Graph. And this time they do not want what's in between. They want the actual answers. Okay, so we're going to find our zeros. Anybody remember what we hit? Second trace. I'm going to do the number 2, and I have to do this 3 separate times because how many times is it crossing the x-axis? 3 times. Okay. So the first one, left bound, I'm just go left to right. So the furthest one left, I'm going to move my cursor to the left until I pass it. Okay, I'm now below it. All right. Hit enter. Then I'm going to scroll right. And again, I can go as far right as I want to. I just can't pass another 0. Everybody with me? Okay. Hit enter again and hit enter one more time. I have 1 0 at negative 0.5. Rounded to the nearest tenth. Everybody see that? Okay? Did you find your thing?
No.
Alright, do the same thing. Repeat. Second trace, 0. This time I'm going to find the one in the middle. So just be left of it, which basically means be above it this time. Enter. Scroll right until I go below it. Enter. Enter. I have another 0 at 0. What? 0.7. And then third time's the charm. Do it again. Second trace, 0. Now I'm doing the one that's the far right. So make sure you stay to the left of it, which would be below it. Enter. Go to the right above it. Enter. Enter. 1.4. Rounded to the nearest tenth. I'm sorry?
It's 0.
That's 0. Yeah. Remember, e to the negative 12 always, e to a negative number is always 0, right? It's a really big number then. Right. This number is 0.11 Okay, it's 0.000011 times 1.5. 1.5. All right. So our answers, what were they again? X equals negative 0.5, positive 0.7, and 1.4. That's it. Everybody good?
Thank you.
All right.
That's all we got to do.
Hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Wish they were all this short. We'll see you next time. And as always, stay above the line.
Yeah.